Hello, mortals. I'm just kidding. All jokes aside, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tawny Michelle, and we are not all love, light, twin flames, and unicorns over here. So please keep that in mind, especially for today's video, because I am going to get really raw and honest with you guys here. So we're going to talk about some deep things here in a sec, so stay tuned for that. I am going to try to go over each sign briefly about what you can expect with this Capricorn new moon. Also, if you're still waiting on your signs reading for January, I promise it's coming. I know I'm super late, you guys, and it's been a really crazy few weeks. I think we can all agree. So let's go ahead and get into it and not only talk about this Capricorn new moon, but also what is coming in these next few weeks, because what happened this past week is not even the half of it, you guys. Unfortunately, there is a lot more. And I did make these predictions in my January 2021 predictions video, so please go check that out if you haven't already. Literally within the first few minutes, I talked about how crazy this month would be and the themes that we would see that we are already seeing. I also mentioned a lot of this in my Great Conjunction video as well, so definitely make sure you're checking that out and make sure that you're following me on Instagram, because I'm speaking out a lot on Instagram. So first and foremost, before we start, let me just say this. I am not on a side. I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying how there is major corruption and the powers that be. Things are going to change, but I actually see things getting a lot more restrictive than I do better for a while, until people wake up and realize that the system and in place and the powers at be in place are the problem. Yeah, partially this is my opinion, right? But this is also my opinion because I've been following the astrology, and so far most of my stuff over the last year has panned out the way that I thought it would. And now we are seeing extreme surveillance and censoring happening. And like I said, this is not about sides. People are really forgetting that it's okay to not have the same opinion and still respect each other. It's very South Node in Sagittarius, as I've been talking about. And before we get started, do just remember a lot of this stuff is possibilities. And a lot of it is stuff we're already seeing, right? And that I predicted these last, this last year, basically, but especially in my last two my prediction videos. So keep that in mind. Basically, what we are dealing with is conforming versus freedom. Getting in line and following the status quo versus individuality, integrity, honesty, truth. That is what it really boils down to. And even if it's not in terms of the world for you, even if you don't see it like that in the world, you're seeing this somewhere in your personal life, especially these next couple weeks. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is a very intense next couple weeks, like very intense next couple weeks. A lot's going on. With this Capricorn new moon, we now have Mercury in Aquarius, and Mercury this week it's already on Saturn. So we're definitely gonna be getting news and all kinds of stuff about and rules when it comes to lockdowns and restrictions, which we're already seeing. That's gonna get very tight, especially as all of this stuff moves into Aquarius. It's gonna be like everybody is the same. And that's what I've been saying about Aquarius. Aquarius can either be individuality and freedom and all of that and progressing, but the lower octave of it is more of group think, people not thinking for themselves, wanting to make everybody the same. Everybody's just the same. There's nothing individual about people. And no matter what you believe about the censoring going on or what the hell ever can happen to you. And so any of us that use social media or that work on social media should be very, very concerned about this. I mean, this is real deal shit. This is happening. That's a fact. It's happening, right? Like I said in my Great Conjunction video, science and tech giants will start becoming very powerful, and there will be consequences to this eventually, but this may take years. So keep that in mind. And this is what this Capricorn new moon is activating, because it's activating Pluto. And as I've been saying, Pluto is really the source of all of this, in my opinion, right? Pluto moved into Capricorn in 2008. Sagittarius is kind of about authority too, right? It's more religious though, more institutionalized. And that's where the South Node is. We are dealing with some culty type energy here, okay? These are the themes of the astrology. I'm just saying, yes, they are the worst possible case scenario themes, but they seem to be playing out that way. So and I'm gonna get to best possible case scenario too, but this is how I see them playing out so far, so that's why I'm talking about it. So this new moon is conjunct Pluto, and it is almost at the same exact degree that the Saturn and Jupiter conjunction took place earlier in 2020, which was a huge reason that 2020 was so chaotic. Pluto is chaos. Pluto is the underworld. Pluto is power. Pluto is control. Pluto is wealth and manipulation, right? It literally is the underworld. What's done in the dark, because it's the farthest planet and we can't see it from Earth. So it's things going on behind the scenes that we can't see. And with it being in Capricorn, this is very much talking about those in authority, those in power, our governments, those that rule over the masses. Even though Saturn and Jupiter is in Aquarius, and like I said, I feared and had a feeling that this would get worse, even though they're in Aquarius, because Saturn also rules Capricorn, where Pluto is. So that Plutonian energy is still very much playing out now, focusing on having power over the people. And with Pluto sextiling Neptune through unrealistic things, blurring the lines of reality. That's what Neptune does. Also, North Node in Gemini, South Node in Sagittarius, which Neptune is squaring these points, right? So we are dealing with information. We are dealing with belief systems. We are dealing with self-righteousness, dogma. We are dealing with communities of people, thoughts, speech, Gemini, thinking for yourself, right? People think they're thinking for themselves, but their thinking is actually influenced, right? And so this is, even my thinking is influenced. All of us are influenced by the narratives that are going on in the world right now. So with this happening, with this new moon, a new beginning, a new start on Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto the darkness, Pluto the underworld, this could be a few things. This could be a crisis, a dramatic shakeup in the world. This could be some kind of transformation or even crisis surrounding an authority figure with the sun there, and they're in Capricorn with Pluto, somebody in power. This could be some kind of major transformation that happens here. This could be something revealed, some kind of hidden truth, hidden power, hidden control revealed. The underworld is in alignment with the brightest star in the sky, the sun, right? So the sun is shining its light on the underworld, in a sense, with the moon there. Both luminaries are there, so something is being illuminated from the underworld. Pluto is fear and chaos. Now, the trick to Pluto is understanding how to embrace the fear and the chaos within you. Even if you're perceiving it as outside of you, it's how to embrace it within you and become the king or the queen of your own personal hell. That way, fear external to you is a joke, because it doesn't match the fears that you've conquered within, if that makes sense. How do you do that? Shadow work. I have a whole fucking video on that, so go check that out if you're interested, into a lot of detail. Yeah, there's this illumination of this darkness, so something could be revealed. Okay, something hidden could come out. This is a very highly conspiracy theory time. You know, there's conspiracy theories everywhere. And I do just want to say this. Just because they're conspiracy theories doesn't always mean that they're false, and doesn't always mean that they're true. So take everything with a grain of salt. Know that, yeah, there may be some truth to this and there may not be. You know what I mean? Question everything. North Node in Gemini. Even what you're being told, especially by the media. You know, the media, I've been saying for over a year, before sides were even drawn and before you couldn't even, like, you know, before you had to pick a side, or before you were canceled, and before the government basically became cancel culture, because these narratives are, I've been seeing this for a long time. So question everything, do your research. Mercury is now in Aquarius. Do your research. Mercury in Aquarius is about research, discovery, detachment of the mind, being able to look at things in a unique and innovative way, instead of being emotionally charged and emotionally attached and letting things control you. But with Mercury in Aquarius, since we're dealing with a lot of the lower octaves of Aquarian energy, we may start seeing a lot of stuff coming up, especially here with Mercury and Saturn. We're in the era of air, like I talked about. And I did talk about in that video, there would be a lot going on with the mind, a lot of advancements with the mind and with consciousness. That's where we're headed, and we're going to start seeing things about this now. I do believe some kind of news about lockdowns, restrictions, CV, and the V's coming out for CV is going to be, I feel like something's going to happen around this within this next week. if not within the next few days. Maybe at most the next couple weeks, but something is going to start coming out about this, some kind of big breaking news, and it's going to keep coming out because Mercury is going to retrograde in Aquarius. Mercury in Aquarius is also about people speaking out. There's going to be a lot of talk about freedoms and individualities, restriction on speech, freedom and words. Mars is also going to come into an exact conjunction with Uranus and Taurus, and this is going to bring up a lot of confrontation, fights for freedom, authenticity, expression, truth. I mean, it's not going to go down without a fight. These rules and restrictions that are happening, you know, there's so many rules and restrictions on us as a human race right now, where we are also being pushed to make certain decisions because it's becoming a law or it's becoming a rule to make those decisions, you know, or you're outcasted or canceled by the crowd because you disagree or you question something. And that's the reality of what we're in right now. But Mars and Uranus is not going to go down without a fight. It's not. And so that's something that's happening on and off all year, not with Mars, but Uranus. So there is definitely a theme, like I said before, of conforming or to be free and to speak truth and to be able to have the freedom to express yourself and get your needs met the way that you should have the right to do. Yeah, we're going to see fights on freedom. We're going to see wanting change now, but it's likely not going to happen right now, unfortunately, with the square to Saturn and Jupiter. We're going to see laws being made, stricter lockdowns, and news on new laws. And this is also going to bring a theme of wealth and money, because Pluto really rules that as well and rules resourcefulness and also the economy, right? So it really is kind of bringing up a lot of monetary stuff. Okay, we're going to see a lot of stuff with currency, the economy, money. Not only that, but we have Mars and Uranus and Taurus, money and material needs. We have Venus and Capricorn. We have all these different things that are really pointing to something with the economy. The North Node is in Gemini. Small businesses, entrepreneurs. You want to really try to support small businesses right now. With everything that's going on and all the lockdowns and all the rules and all the restrictions, the wealthy become more wealthy. A lot of the extremism going around is not necessarily all the way what it appears to be. Like I've been saying, the lines of reality are blurred right now. So things are not what they appear to be. Things are taken to extremes, and this is another thing we are going to see. There's definitely a really kind of evil vibe coming in with this Capricorn new moon, but it's going to affect us personally differently, and there could actually be some major breakthroughs and really great lasting changes that we could make with this Capricorn new moon as well. So I don't want you to get like all crazy about it. And yeah, I know people are going to hear all of this and be like, wow, you're fear mongering. Like, no, you haven't gotten to like just the simple point of life that we have light and dark. We have right and wrong, depending on perspective. We have good and bad, depending on perspective. Shit happens. You know, especially after we just went through 2020, like it's pretty clear that things are not always going to be love, light, and rainbows. So like I said in the beginning, we are not all love, light, and rainbows over here. So if you haven't gotten to that simple truth yet and can't accept that and learn how to work with darkness, then I don't know what to tell you. This video is not the video for you. I'm not really trying to spread fear here, even though it's really easy right now with these Pluto aspects. Everybody's in fear, everybody's worried, everybody's feeling threatened, everybody's acting out of survival, and that's like a whole other thing, you guys. When we are scared, we are easier to control. And think about it. Think about how many people out in the world are scared. And so they're going to do what they have to do to find a solution because they fear for their survival. Therefore, they're easier to control, and they will jump to solutions even if they seem unstable, or even if they don't know that much about it, or even if it's an uncertain or, you know, risk. Even if it's a risky solution, they will jump to it because they're desperate, because they're in fear and they're not seeing things clearly. And that is how that's how Pluto controls, through fear. Until you learn how to make friends with the fear within you, and then you are good. I think that's everything that I have for the Capricorn new moon itself and for what we're going to start seeing in the weeks to come. You know, it really is. We're going to see a lot of uncertainty as well because Mercury's coming into a square with Uranus. So we're going to see a lot of shaking up, a lot of uncertain information, possibly anxiety. We're going to be feeling sporadic and a little bit all over the place. So there's going to be that as well. There may be some shocking news that is revealed or some shocking words that are said or something along those lines, some shocking information. So that is basically what I think that we are going to see. We are going to go ahead and move on to the signs and talk about how this Capricorn new moon is going to affect your sign. So you can find the timestamps down below, and let's go ahead and get into it. All right, Capricorn, this new moon on Pluto is happening in your first house sector of yourself. So this deals with yourself, your appearance, your body, your health, your early childhood, how you express yourself. So this could go a few different ways. Either you could be feeling very empowered around this time. You could be feeling like you really want to take control of a situation, or you're very determined, or you're very, willing to go forward. You could feel like you have a sense of authority or control in a situation. Like you have a dominant kind of presence in a situation, or this could bring up some kind of change or transformation with yourself or your life in some way. This could also bring up some deep-rooted traumas, fears, worries around yourself or around your body or around your life in some way. And the things that you value, the things that you put your energy into, the things that are important to you, your beliefs. So there's definitely something here being dug up and that's coming to light about yourself. This could be a very powerful change for you in general, Capricorn, at least for some of you, especially if this is happening like right near your ascendant. So if your ascendant's at 23 degrees Capricorn, or even 24 or 22, or a few degrees off of that, then you're going to be feeling this the most. But it's going to be intense. There's going to be a major level of intensity that some of you guys may feel, but this is really like a new beginning where you can really change something. You can really create some kind of long-lasting transformation of the self and of the body or the health or something like that. So that is basically what I'm seeing for you guys, Capricorn. Let me know if that ends up resonating with you. Moving on to Aquarius. So Aquarius, this new moon is happening in your 12th house sector. So this is very much about things that are hidden, things that are behind the scenes, things that are controlling you behind the scenes, secrets, manipulation, people that could possibly be hidden enemies or don't have your best interest, people that could be influencing you. There's some dark hidden shit going on for you, basically, Aquarius. Like there's something here that is probably going to be revealed to you. This can also be habits. It may not necessarily be other people or some kind of influence, but this could also be habits. So subconscious habits that you have that are affecting your day-to-day life. This could be also, you could be having really, really like deep, intense prophetic dreams around this time, deep, intense kind of illuminated fears or messages that are coming to you, what seems like from other realms. It could really bring up some fears and insecurities that you have subconsciously to create some kind of major change there in your psychology and in your subconscious. So this could be a really good time to have the willpower to face something that you've been avoiding, or to change something with your habits or addictions or something along those lines. This is a perfect time for that. And in that, it's going to affect your body as well, because the ruler of this new moon, Saturn, is in your sign. So you're also going to be focused on the body and the appearance and the self. So anything that changes in this 12th house sector is also affecting you as well. And you can actually experience a lot of growth and healing if you're able to face Pluto's fears and secrets and habits and addictions and, you know, the stuff that is hidden. If you're able to face these things, then you're able to move forward and grow tremendously. So this would be a major time to do shadow work or to kind of go into the void. It's kind of like void energy here that we're dealing with. And, you know, to stop smoking or something like that, to kind of break free of some kind of bad habit. This is a great time for that, or even break free from some cycle from the past or something from the past. There could be past life stuff coming up for you as well with this new moon. So those are the things that you're likely going to see as an Aquarius rising. Well, moving on to Pisces rising. For Pisces risings, this is happening in your 11th house sector. You may notice some of these things though if you're a Pisces sun or moon. But this is happening in your 11th house sector of social groups, friends, you know, the different connections that you have, acquaintances, allies, all of these different types of things. Also your ambitions in the world. So with the new moon on top of Pluto in this sector for you, there could be some major things revealed or coming to light about certain friends, groups, or crowds that you belong to, certain allies that you have, or certain partnerships or alliances that you have, certain groups or systems that you belong to, certain status quo shit, you know. This is definitely a big time of, you know, are you just trying to fit in, and are you actually following your truth or your integrity? Are you actually speaking your mind? Or are you just following a crowd? And so this is going to be a major time for those of you Pisceans out there of things being revealed and possibly your perspective going through a major change, or even a friend or an authority figure or a leader or something going through something or some kind of crisis here. This could also represent a major ending of certain groups or circles that you belong to as well. And the 11th house can also be connecting with social media. So it could be social media groups you belong to. It could be people from high school. It could be, you know, a yoga class that you do online or in person, depending on how strict it is where you live. These are just examples, but it could even be like actually your actual friend circle that you talk to on a day-to-day basis. There's definitely something here about something being revealed in these areas. Also your ambitions and your goals for your life and your place in the world. Something's being revealed about that too. Are your fears, or if you're being manipulated or controlled in some way, if you're being influenced by other people. This is really coming to the surface with this new moon for Pisces. So moving on to Aries, this is going to resonate most if you're an Aries rising, but it may resonate if you're an Aries sun or moon as well. So we have the new moon in Capricorn conjunct Pluto in your 10th house of authority figures, the world, the public, your reputation, you know, those in power, those that have control, your career, your path, your you know, what you do out in the world and your accomplishments out in the world and how you deal with authority figures and people in power. And so this is definitely a very, very powerful new moon for you, Aries, because it's in this sector for you all about power and authority. And this new moon is definitely about all of those things. So it's kind of like double that for you. You want to be very careful about the people in power, the authority figures, the governments, the different systems or parties or bosses even, just any kind of authority figure that you are trusting, okay, around this time. Because it, you know, there's a lot of themes of control here with Pluto involved. There's a lot being revealed even to you about these people and people in power and authority figures and bosses and people you may have trusted. You also want to be careful. This is probably not the time to do anything without really thinking or planning it through, like, you know, going off on an authority figure or, you know, threatening an authority figure. You know, Pluto really deals with those really, really dark things, right? Threats, violence, all of these different things, crisis. So you want to really, really be careful, Aries, about where you're putting your energy with this new moon. It's trying to show you something, and it's trying to show you, I think, the influence that the world or the authority figures or people in power possibly has had on you because it's squaring your sign. So there could be a lot of issues here, especially if your ascendant is at the, you know, more last degrees of Aries, especially around that 23-degree area, where maybe you're trying to fight against something, or you're trying to fight against the influence or the power that be, but you want to just be really careful about this. This is definitely putting you in some kind of tension or conflict with this new moon, but it's also trying to show you something and reveal something. Now, on a different level, this could also be a major change in career, or with your boss or someone in your career. This could be some kind of major transformation, major ending, something along those lines, a major change that you're implementing when it comes to the foundation of your career, how you want to transform or how you want to change moving forward. This can be a really great new moon for those types of things, but really watch authority figures. Not that you should conform necessarily, but you do want to be careful, and you do want to still stand in your truth and your individuality, but also watch that you are not, you know, in too much conflict, that you are not acting on impulse. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing, a lot of intensity around the career sector and the authority figure sector. So moving on to Taurus. So for Taurus, this Capricorn new moon is happening in a place for you that is basically your 9th house. All about belief systems, all about you know, the things that you believe, your life views, your religious views, your political views, your philosophical views, the higher minded stuff. When we think about life and the world and our path and the meaning of life and what gives us purpose and meaning, this is what we're dealing with here. This house also deals with higher education, foreign lands, foreign travels, getting out of our comfort zone, publishing, and these types of things. So there's something being revealed here in this area, in these areas of life for you, or something dramatic changing, or some kind of crisis happening. You could actually be going through a major shift in your belief systems. You could be going through a major shift in your views on the world and on life, or your political views, or your religious views, or your philosophical views. This is a major, major new beginning, like a bomb going off in this sector of an area of life for you, you know, and you want to really watch out for extremes, you know, really being influenced by extreme narratives and things that are influencing you that maybe you can't necessarily see, or, you know, some kind of party or system or something that is actually trying to control you or manipulate you. This could be coming to light for you if you're a Taurus rising. But yeah, this is a major shift or change or ending or transformation when it comes to your belief systems, and really revealing to you possible truths. You know, the 9th house can also deal with higher truths, so there may be some new truths coming that are revealed that you hadn't noticed before, or that you didn't see, something along those lines. So that is what I'm getting if you are a Taurus rising. All right, so this is for those of you that are Gemini risings. You could also resonate with this if you're a Gemini sun or moon, but likely more if you're a Gemini rising. So for Gemini risings, this new moon in Capricorn conjunct Pluto is happening in a spot for you that is basically your 8th house. So you are possibly going to see something hidden revealed here, definitely. Possibly different fears coming up, possibly a crisis or something to do with finances or money, some kind of major change that needs to be made. You're gonna be feeling the intensity of this new moon with it being in your 8th house sector. This is not necessarily a fun house. You know, this is a house where things, shit happens, you know, fears come up. It's like the basement of our chart, with cobwebs and things that are hidden and things that we can't see. So there's something coming to light here. It's like you're finally turning on the light in the basement for the first time, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know this was down here. The 8th house also deals with things like mortality and death and transformation and rebirth, but also like inheritance and debt and other people's resources and finances, or finances and resources that you share with other people. Business, like deals that you make with people. All of these different types of things. It's also very occult-like and very sexual in some regards too. So with Pluto And the new moon here, it's shining a light on those things. It's revealing something of that nature. So you may find that you have some fears come up around this time, or you're feeling very intense around this time next week. And so this is something that needs to be faced. This is something that needs to be faced. You're able to do some kind of alchemy to transform the situation if you desire to. Okay, it's all about desire. It's all about what you feel, and facing fears, and really getting through. Really facing this energy, really facing this energy that comes up, and your power, where you feel disempowered, where you feel like you're being controlled, or like something's controlling you. It could be debt that you feel like is controlling you or taking away your power. It could be money or something. And so this would be a good time to do something new, to change the narrative, to change the way you're going about something, to start something new that's going to be highly transformational and help you get your power back, help you take your power back. And this can be by facing the fear within you, facing the worry and the fear within you, allowing yourself to feel how you feel and feel those feelings. This would be a great new moon to do some shadow work, which I have a whole detailed video on. So you can do the inner work, so you can prepare. You also have the node in your sign still, until early next year. So, this is about figuring out who you are on a deep and personal level, and how to deal with the downs of life, and so this is that kind of time. This house also rules your partner's finances, so something could change with your partner's finances around this time. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, Gemini. Let me know down below how this goes. I'm interested to really know for you guys. So we are going to move on to Cancer. Cancer. My lovely Cancerians. Okay, Cancer. So this new moon is happening in your opposite sign of Capricorn, so your relationship sector, okay? So this could also be business or money as well, or contracts or agreements or commitments that you have in your life with other people, partnerships, business partnerships, since Pluto is involved here. So those are themes that you're going to see, but there's something major changing, shifting, transforming here with the relationship sector in your life. There could be an intensity around relationships this coming week. There could be something revealed, something kind of coming out from the shadows that you didn't know about, something kind of happening, or something kind of changing, a major kind of make or break moment for some. Now, these are just possibilities. I'm really just trying to combine these energies together, but it could also just be, maybe you decide to go all into a relationship, or your partner finally decides to go all in, it could be, anything. And it really is a matter of perspective when it comes to like positive or negative. So, but this is an intense, powerful new beginning in your relationship sector either way. And it may be bringing up things from the past, or it may be bringing up fears or worries that need to be faced and addressed before you can move forward, okay? So this also may bring up power dynamics, toxicity within relationships. Like if you're in an abusive relationship, this is the time to get the hell out. And I get it. Like, I've been there. I get it. So I know it's hard, and I know that it's not easy, and not that you should ever be in an abusive relationship, but more than ever, this is the time to get out astrologically, okay? These energies are not playing, and you don't want to end up in some kind of crisis. So if you're in something toxic or something controlling, something where you feel a lack of power, you need to go, okay? Like, this is the time for that. So that is basically what I'm seeing for Cancer. I'm really interested to know how this plays out for you. Least case scenario, this could just come up, or at least best case scenario, this could just come up that, you guys, that some fears come up that you need to address, right, in the relationship. And they're your fears, you know what I mean? Or your partner may have some fears that come up. So this is kind of what I'm seeing for you guys, Cancer. This could also be a major ending if your descendant, which is opposite of your ascendant, in Capricorn is around the 22, 23, 24 mark. This could be some kind of ending as well happening here, but also a new beginning simultaneously. So anyways, let me know how that goes down below, Cancer. I'd really love to hear what themes you see come up next week. Moving on to my fellow Leo risings. Okay, so this new moon is happening conjunct Pluto in Capricorn in our mother effing 6th house. We got that 6th house again. So even though we just went through 3 years of hell with Saturn in our 6th house, basically slaving away at some job or some duty or some burden or some responsibility where we've like really had to, where we've really had a lot of lack of empowerment in our day-to-day life, our routine, our health. We've really had a lot of lack in that area in the day-to-day life, the schedules, the health, the work. You know, it's been really hard to get motivated, to get going, to have a schedule, to be disciplined, to, you know, eat healthy or change our health habits, and deal with our day-to-day habits that affect us. This has been like pulling teeth, literally, for the last 3 years. But with this new moon, this is kind of dredging some shit up. So this is the time where if there's any last changes you need to make to your day-to-day life, your day-to-day routines, your health, your habits, your addictions, anything that you feel has a control over you and is affecting you on a day-to-day level with your work and your responsibilities and your duties and your schedule and your routine and your health. This is the time to implement those intentions and changes. This is the time to make powerful, powerful new changes in your life because they could last for a long time. This is a time to break away the old foundation and create a new one. That's what Pluto can be used for when you're using it in a higher way. Now, other ways that this could play out for some Leos is you could see secrets or something hidden or something changing being revealed in the workplace, or like if you're at work right now, or if you're going to work right now, or you work for someone, you could see some major changes happening here. For some, there could be some kind of crisis in the workplace or with coworkers or something along those lines. There could be something revealed regarding health issues. You know, this could be kind of like an intense time where it's, you know, I would say the major themes, because the 6th house used to rule slavery, you know, and so I would say the major themes here are overcoming areas of life where we feel disempowered, where we feel like we have no control, and somehow going within ourselves to embrace our fears or to embrace whatever it is that's holding us back so we can release it. Because once we can embrace it, it no longer has control over us because we have now control over it because we've embraced it. It doesn't scare us anymore. Therefore, we regain power, we regain control. So this is the time to really regain that control over your life, over the habits and the addictions and the work and the health and the, you know, day-to-day schedules and routines to really implement some long-lasting change in this area of life. So that is what I'm seeing for Leos. Hopefully that is, and this could play out in your relationships too, because the ruler of your 6th is in the 7th with Saturn. So you could see something going on with the day-to-day life or work and also your relationship. Somehow your relationship could be involved in that, or some kind of agreement or partnership or clients, something like that. But this could also be a major breakthrough as well. Best case scenario, this could be like a major breakthrough. So let me know how it ends up going for you guys down below. Next week, I would really love to hear. So moving on to Virgo. So for Virgo, this new moon conjunct Pluto and Capricorn is happening in a place for you that is all about romance, children, fun, pleasure, you know, what you do for leisure, your leisure activities, what you do for fun, what you do for pleasure, how you have fun. Also, sometimes how you can have too much fun if you're not careful, and it can become toxic, okay? And this is what this new moon could be about for some Virgos. It could be showing you toxic things that you do for fun or for pleasure or for leisure or to be comfortable that are not helping or are not healthy for you anymore. This could also be working on some kind of project, changing or making some major change or new beginning in projects or with children as well. This could be some major new change happening with children, or something being revealed in these areas as well, some kind of truth coming out. Now, this house is also the house of sexuality and dating and passion. So there could be something intense coming up in your love life or with your sex life or with your sexuality, something being revealed. There could be some fears that are brought to the surface with children, sexuality, dating, romance, love, pleasure, the things you do for fun, but those are the main themes that I kind of see coming up for you. And so you're gonna have to find a way to really face these fears so you can kind of take back the power when it comes to this area of your life, Virgo. So that's what I'm getting. Definitely let me know down below how that ends up playing out for you next week. I would love to hear it. And let's move on to Libra. What's up, Libra? Let's go ahead and get into yours. So for you, this Capricorn new moon conjunct Pluto is happening in your 4th house sector. So it's kind of drudging up the last 3 years, what you've been having to deal with. Really the last, like, I don't know, 11, 12 years since 2008. So you've been really having like a lot of hardship and lessons and rockiness in the home and family sector with your emotional foundation, your personal life, your past, and just like the foundation of your life, where you feel grounded, where you feel like you can land, where you feel comfortable, where you feel like you can feel safe and security. So with this new moon on Pluto happening here for you, unfortunately, this could bring up some fears that you still have around this that need to be worked through. This could bring up some issues with the home, or, fears regarding the home or homelessness or something like that. I don't know why that's coming to me, so that may be for someone in particular. But it could also be some worry or some extremism that's happening with the home and the family, or some kind of control or power play or power dynamic happening here that needs to be faced, that needs to be seen, and that needs to be dealt with in a way that is going to ensure that you have faced this fear and that you can now move on. Now, on the other hand, on like best case scenario, this could, well, actually, before we move on to that, this could also reveal to you something that was hidden within the family, the past, the home, something along those lines. Some kind of truth could come out. Or you could feel like there's some kind of influence or control happening within the family, the home life, the personal life, something like that. Now, on best case scenario, this will bring intensity in the personal life, and you may be feeling like highly heightened emotions next week around this time. But you're also in for some kind of extreme breakthrough with this as well. This could be an extreme breakthrough where you finally maybe heal those past traumas or those past issues in the home and family, where you finally face some kind of fear, or you finally find your power when it comes to home life and family life, and your personal life. This could definitely be finding your personal power. This could also be finally moving on from something from the past, some kind of new, really transformative beginning in the home and family life, or dealing with past cycles that could really last you a long time. You're changing something in the home or in the family, but it could really actually play out and ripple for several years. And so yeah, that is basically what I'm seeing for you guys, Libra. Definitely let me know how that ends up playing out for you, though. I would really be interested to know. So moving on to Scorpio. So Scorpio, this Capricorn new moon is happening in a place for you that is all about the mind, communication, local environment, siblings, distant relatives, transportation, so cars, trains, buses, your day-to-day errands that you run, your day-to-day busyness, your day-to-day schedules, these types of things. So what could happen here is you could see some themes with those things I just named, especially regarding something being revealed in those areas, something being controlled in those areas. Now, this could also be, I'm kind of feeling for some of you, some kind of truth that's revealed, or something that's been really weighing on you, finding your integrity with your voice. Something where something's revealed about maybe someone's been influencing your thoughts or your mind, or there's been something where you've been feeling like you're not empowered to speak your mind, or like you're scared to speak your mind, or you're scared to voice your opinions about a certain situation. So this Pluto new moon is a powerful new beginning in being able to express how you feel, your empowerment, your thoughts, your words, and really being able to express yourself. Now, for some of you, this could be a powerful new beginning in business, entrepreneurship, starting your own business, doing some kind of project or starting something new. A powerful new beginning in that. This could also be some kind of major powerful breakthrough with your mind, or with some kind of conversation that you have with someone. This could also be a major powerful breakthrough when it comes to some kind of project that you're working on, or something that you're writing, something like that. This could also be exposing something. You could actually be exposing something, where something could be exposed to you that you end up somehow being involved with. This could also be secrets via communication that could be coming to light here. This could also be something being revealed, or something shifting or changing with relatives, siblings, something like that. This could be some kind of crisis, or some kind of major intensity or intense event happening in your local environment or near your neighborhood or city. So you want to watch out for that too. Definitely let me know how this goes down below. I'm really interested to know how this plays out for you, Scorpio, because this is really interesting. I'm kind of getting a lot more than I thought I would, but still, I'm really interested to know how this plays out. There's definitely some major themes going on here, and major changes or breakthroughs going on here when it comes to your communication, your mind, your thoughts, your opinions. Also, there could be a major change in your opinions, or how your perspective on something, your thought patterns. You know, you could finally be breaking out of some weird habit that you get into with your thinking or your mind. So that's going to be very interesting. Let me know how that goes down below. It could also involve, for Scorpio, this could also be like close friends and close social situations where something is revealed, or maybe you feel like you're being influenced, or something to do with power, secrets, control, these influence, these kind of Plutonian themes that we see. So moving on to Sag. So for Sagittarius, this new moon is happening in the second house sector for Sag. So you are going to see major transformations, changes, events possibly happening when it comes to your income, your money, what you have, what you possess, what you own, your wealth. There could be some kind of major change that happens here with this. For some of you, this could be investing in something, or, you know, finally coming to some kind of breakthrough. For some of you, this could be wealth coming in, or something, you know, some kind of major new investment or purchase that you make. This is really about what you have, what you own, your priorities, what you put worth and energy and value into as a person, and your own worth. So Pluto and this new moon is really bringing up these themes for you. They're really showing you what needs to change, what needs to transform on a very deep level, what needs to change psychologically for you as well, to address certain priorities or certain things, you know, certain possessions that you have, or certain even streams of income that you have, or ways of making money. So this is definitely possibly revealing something financial though for you, or something to do with what you own, what you have, that usually does not come from someone else. It's like you worked for it and you earned it, like it's yours, right? And so you're seeing some kind of major change or transformation there with those things. So and yeah, that's basically where you're going to see the most change with this new moon. Let me know how that works out for you guys down below. Yeah, that is basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and got something out of it. Yeah, I will see you guys in my other videos. Bye.